Hi everyone, this is GY8627. In last June, I had a workshop of Point Cloud in Barcelona, but back then, the pub operator hasn't officially came out yet. So actually, in the first few months, I saw probably something new that I don't think I will ever be needing it because I can already do a lot of things with top operator family. So everyone is doing pub, and I feel like left out a little bit. And everything seemed like super strange attributes, new workflow. But it turns out this month I finally had some time to try some workflow out by myself. And to be honest, I'm so happy to have the Power family. I could do so many new magic tricks right now. Right, so for the people who are not familiar with Touchdown or not familiar with pub operators, today is the best day to build a point cloud effect in Touchdown with me together. Right, yeah, so this is how we do it in the old times. You see, like we have to use a top operator, point file in, then you go point transform. Then like you can't directly see the model, you just see a bunch of textures, like red, blue, green. It doesn't mean anything to me. Even though you could right click and view as points, but it's not as direct as we can see in pop operator right now. So like you do lots of these ones, but it's harder to understand instead of just directly doing stuff on the model. You have to change model into a 2D texture, then you have to remap the texture later using instancing. You just got to wrap your head around it a little bit more. So firstly, I'll use this example. Venus had OBJ. So right now, if I directly drag the OBJ file in here, it automatically show as pop operator instead of the point file in or like sub operator file in. Yeah, but so far it doesn't change much. And to render this out, the basic render workflow, you can just treat pop as a normal sub. So you add a geo after it. Then still the same, add a camera. Bear with me, a camera, and then a render. And a light. I'll add now after that and make it show on the background. Cool, and right now you could just add a noise after your model. Yeah, and you can do a lot of stuff. Oh god, that looks so sad. Look how straightforward it is. For transform here, it has transform 4D. That's so good. You just give it our old expression ABS time dot seconds. Yeah, so it's already like animating itself. And yeah, so today we're doing point cloud. So far there's no point and no cloud. So what you can do here is even more straightforward. Add a particle right after this. We have 46,850 points. Let me change here. 46850. Sorry, I'm saying that in Chinese. Yeah, and we change that with the same birth rate. Now we have our point cloud already. Yeah, and it's already a like animated point cloud. And next, let's add two keyboard in chop and reference these two to the point start and initiate. So every time we can press key 1 and key 2 to restart the point cloud after we change the parameters. What if we want to do like a feedback of point cloud? To those people who don't know about feedback, it's like in this one. You can see to make this really good noise animation, we normally need a feedback for the point cloud. Right, so here we add a null. We add a null operator, a null pop. Oh, it's so big. Might need to scale it down a little bit. So I add point sprite, drag and drop this onto the geo. Yeah, this looks so much better. Because with that texture, now I can like change how big the points are. You see? Yeah. So just find find like a value that look comfortable to your eyes, and that's good enough. Yeah, I'll just drag and drop this here. Oh god, that's so easy. That kind of look creepy. Maybe it's my POs that going a little. Yeah, you see? That's already our familiar noise texture that we used to have. Yeah, and the whole feedback loop is so easy. You add a noise after a particle, and then you drag and drop this now operator back to here to the particle. You already have this nice feedback. You can change the parameter to make it look really nice. Yeah, so you can kind of reference my values. So like I give it like a normal period, low harmonic spread, and normal exponent, a little bit small amplitude. Then I make it go a little bit slower by multiply 0.1, and the other one I also like turn on the noise here, and yeah, that's all. And we can already look how few operator do we need. 1, 2, 3, 4 before like the render process to make this nice noise animation. And look at our old ones. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just to make something similar. Yeah, I mean, say no more. Why not using pops? You know, I don't want it to be this kind of like chaotic all the time. I still want to show part of the model and partially fading out like a drifting particle. So now we just add a delete. So this one, you can kind of picture this like a threshold for 3D modeling. You can kind of like picture it as a knife. You can cut the model based on the X position. You can cut it vertically, you can cut it horizontally, you can cut it randomly. Yeah, so just like a knife for 3D models. The attribute. So for people who doesn't know much about attribute, even though it sounds like some fancy terms, but it's like the values that you can change that like you can just noise, you can just position, you can just point, horizontal position, vertical position. And here P0, P1, and P2 corresponding to X position, Y position, and Z position. P means point, and 0, 1, 2 is just, you know how coding is, like to count in codes, you don't start with 1, 2, 3, you start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So P0 is X. P1 is the second thing you can adjust about the point, which is the Y position, and P2 is the Z position. So here I want to cut it vertically, so I'll cut it based on its X position. So I choose P0. You see, the second I choose it, it's already showing here it's cut in half, because in here it has a function. So that means any values that go below the 0 in X axis will be cut off. Okay. Yeah, so here is just the right side of this model is going to this chaotic form of points, of point animations. But I also need the left one to be not chaotic, to be the way it is. So I Ctrl C, Ctrl V, if you're using Apple, it's Command C and V to copy and paste it. Right, and here I just flip it to bigger than. Okay. Right now you can see, like this part, you can't see it on the background because it's not rendered out. I'll just directly render it out separately. Geo. Cool, and I'll add a point texture to it. Or line. Then I turn off draw lights. I turn on draw points. Yeah, right. Okay, then I copy this parameter on the first delete. I copy the value, and then on the second one, we paste bind. So now whenever I change this one, the second one will follow. You see? It's already doing stuff. Cool, right? So here, if you don't want to do it manually, you could just give it LFO. Then like you can give this value to here. It's a little bit fast. You can make it slower, nice and slow. You see? If you follow to this part, you already did a really good job. You created your first deforming point cloud in Pop Operator. Right, so right now, what if this model is like super still, kind of make us forget it's 3D, because with 3D, we are supposed to see different angles, different perspective, so we can make it rotate. Then I open the parameter panel of the camera one, drag and drop this one to here. Kind of hard to see here, so let's just stop this for now. Oh, minus 60 degree to 60 degree looks not bad. And as what we did last time, did the LFO, the mass, or could just, I don't know, then drag and drop this to here, and then we multiply this by 60. Awesome. Okay, now I make it slower. And let's change the camera a little bit. Right. So just a little bit more adjustments. It looks like proper decaying, drifting, and deforming and reform. Now I think it's time to go in. Yeah, now the chaotic shape began to go back to the normal. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, and in my example, I put in a box, but that's just for aesthetic. You can do it or you can skip that. It doesn't really matter. So if you want to do it quickly, you can just create a box, then add a geo. Then we put this box a little bit bigger. Cool. Then we yeah, maybe a light material instead of biofilm. Cool. So now you already made it. And for the post-processing, which is not really necessary, but you can do our old feedback tricks. When you have a feedback, but it's in top, put it here, then you add a level after it, then you add an add, connect this, drag and drop this one back to here, then level, we put it really low, the opacity. So now you can see like some traces of the particles. Right, so if we put it totally like zero opacity, you can see it's still our original effect. We put it bigger, you can see more traces of the points would be visible. And I hope it could be helpful for you to get to know a little bit better about pop operators. Just tag me on Instagram if you make something cool. I just really curious to see what you make. Yeah, so I'll see you next time.